3 of the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. My name is Kay, and this is my podcast all about knitting. Today is Tuesday, September 5th. It's about 10 a.m. in the morning here in Havelock, North Carolina. That's where I'm coming to you from, and I live here with my husband, our 2 sons, and our 2 dogs who are in the room and acting a little crazy today. I don't know what their deal is today. They're just all over the place. So if you hear them in the background, that's what you're hearing. Crazy dogs. Moosey, can you say hi? Oh, she looks so uncomfortable right now. She says, "What are you doing to me, Mom?" Oh, she sees a bird. Oh, yep, sees a bird. She's our bird dog. Moosey, can you say hi? Moosey needs to go to the groomers. Her name is actually Gracie Bell. Wyatt started calling her Moose for some reason and it kind of stuck, so she's our little Moosey. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady. We do also have a group for the podcast on Ravelry. If you just go to the groups tab and search Crazy Sock Lady Podcast, you can find it there. Be sure to head over there and join the group and join in any knit-alongs, giveaways, lots of fun stuff going on, a lot of which we have to talk about today. First, let me tell you that you can find links to everything down below in the down bar, as well as timestamps for this episode if you choose to skip ahead past the administrative stuff or just to your favorite portion of the podcast. Ravelry group information. We have a little bit of stuff to get through today. Lots of giveaway winners to announce from the previous episode and 2 new giveaways to announce. First, I do want to remind you of the swapless swaps that are still going on right now. There is the Camel City Dye Works swapless swap and the Wild Happy Collar swapless swap. So if you are interested in getting some minis, head over and check those out. There are threads for each of those in the Ravelry group with all information that you need. We do have 2 knit-alongs going on right now. The first one is the Sock Crazy Cow for 2017. That is a year-long knit-along for any socks that you knit this year. Baby socks don't count. Any other ones, head over and get those entered. We do drawings every 3 months, and then I will have a big grand prize drawing at the end of the year for all the posts throughout the year. We also have the Rhinebeck is Calling Cow, and that is the Rhinebeck is Calling sock pattern by yours truly. If you have not participated in that yet, you still have plenty of time. That will close on October 31st. Prizes are to be determined for that. I have had a few, yes, one has came in so far, and we will talk more about that when we get to the mail segment of the podcast. And I will also be getting something at Rhinebeck, I don't know what yet, something that catches my eye, something special for a prize for that as well. Last episode, we had quite a few patterns that we were giving away, so we're going to go ahead and run down through the winners for those. Before I started recording, I went through and locked those threads and did random number generator and drew all of the winners. So for the first pattern is Exordium by Rebecca Picoult, and we had 3 patterns to give away for that. There were 96 posts in that thread. The first one was mine, so I did 2 through 96, and the questions that I did for all of the prizes that we gave away last week, I couldn't think of any cute, funny, charming, witty questions to ask. So I just did random questions. This one for the Exordium was, what is your favorite song? And I thought questions like these were so fun because it let me get to know all of y'all a little better. And I loved reading through all 4 of these threads for the patterns that we gave away. So this one was, what was your favorite song? We had 3 winners. The first one was post number 85, and that is T Monkey, which is Terry from Arizona. And I know Terry. Terry was in my knitting group out there, and I miss you so much, Terry. So she is our first prize winner, and her favorite song was Good Good Father, which is one of my favorite songs as well. It's funny, I say that, but as I'm reading through all of these threads, really, I'm realizing it is hard for me to pinpoint my favorite song, favorite movie, because I read through here, and Terry's is a good example because I was like, oh, I love that song. That's one of my favorites. And then I would read the next post and be like, oh, I love that song. That's one of my favorites. I don't know that I could pinpoint my favorite song. It would have to be, okay, you need to narrow that down a little bit to genre, like the time, like older songs or newer. Maybe I'm just a very indecisive person. I don't know. But that's a good Good song. Good Father is a good song. Okay. Anyways, post number 17 was our next winner, and that is Liz Sigmund, and that's Lizzie from Virginia. And Seven Bridges Road by the Eagles is what she said is her favorite song. And again, that's one of my favorites. I was just listening to that song the other day. That is a very good one. And the last winner for this one is post number 2, which is Nuts for Knits, and that is Danelle from Tennessee. And she said Almost Home by Mercy Me, which is another good one. I really loved reading through these posts and getting to know you guys a little bit better. A couple people said You Are My Sunshine was their favorite song, and that song has such a special place in my heart and so much meaning for me. I loved seeing that song in there. That my nanny basically raised myself and my sisters. She passed away when I was in middle school, and You Are My Sunshine was our song. We sung that song so much. So anytime that I hear that song or I see something that has You Are My Sunshine on it, a sign or anything, it just brings back so many good memories for me because my nanny was like my mom. So I loved singing that song in there. Okay, the second pattern was Nala's Big Sister Shawl by Amanda Raitt, and the prize winner for that, the question was, what is your favorite food? And the prize winner was number 38, which is Jess Cast 58, and she's from Colorado, and she said her favorite food was green chili cheese fries, which sounds amazing. Fries, cheese, chili, cannot go wrong. I would probably say my favorite food is tacos, or most things Mexican. Yeah, probably. I love tacos. Okay, so pattern number 3 is the Color Blender Scarf and Wrap by Mina Phillip. And the winner for that is post number 58, which is Try Linda, and that's Linda from Pennsylvania. And this question was, what is your favorite dessert? And she said a chocolate layer cake, which sounds amazing. Anything chocolate is my favorite dessert. I can pass up any dessert you put in front of me unless it has chocolate. If it has chocolate, I'm very weak. The fourth pattern, we actually are going to have 5 winners for. I have that on a separate notebook here because there were so many winners to write down. And this is the Victorian Yuletide Ornaments by Jen Shalene. And there's 5 parts to the big ebook, so each winner will receive 1 part. So what I've done is gone down through and just drew for each different part. So for part 1, the winner is post number 50, and that is Elle McCall, which is Linda from Pennsylvania, and she said her favorite movie was Dirty Dancing. Did I say that that's what this one was? This one was, what is your favorite movie? Linda's is Dirty Dancing, the original. She specified that, and I'm with you, Linda. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Love the original. Part number 2 is post number 18, and that is Hot Pink Socks, which is Stephanie from Montana, and she said Anne of Green Gables is her favorite movie. And I have not seen the movies. I love the books. I've seen part of the series on Netflix, but I have not finished it just because I've gotten sucked into Shameless recently. Has anybody watched that? Not child appropriate if you're thinking of watching it. Don't watch it for your kids. But I am sucked into that, and yeah, it's pretty good. So, let's see. Part number 3 is post number 24, and that is S. Hickling, which is Sarah from the UK, and she said her favorite movie was The Lovely Bones, and I have not seen that movie either, I don't think. Maybe I have. I know I've read the book, and I like the book. I can see the girl that played in the movie, so maybe I have seen the movie. I'm not positive, but I know I've read the book, and it was good. Okay, part number 4 is post number 38, and that is Navy Wife Knits, and that's Jessica from Connecticut. And she couldn't decide on a favorite movie, but she did say that White Christmas is one that she has to watch every year, and that's one I have to watch every year too, right around Christmas time. And it's funny, we always watched it as kids at my grandma's. We watched tons of musicals. That was our favorite, and a lot of the musicals that we watched then are still my favorite movies today. And White Christmas was one of them, but as a kid I could never make it through it. we would start to watch it and almost all of us cousins would fall asleep before the end of the movie. But now I love the whole entire movie and I stay awake for it now. But as a kid, I just for some reason could not make it through it. But yeah, we loved musicals. So White Christmas, Guys and Dolls, Meet Me in St. Louis, The Wizard of Oz, lots of Doris Day musicals. Yeah, we loved musicals as kids. And I still do today. Part 5 is pose number 47, and that is Liz Sigmund. Again, you won 2 patterns today. Lizzie, congratulations. Lizzie from Virginia, and she said Gone with the Wind, which is one of my favorites too. Again, I'm indecisive because I like so many. But Gone with the Wind is definitely right up there. I've read the book by Margaret Mitchell. I've read the book Scarlet, not by Margaret Mitchell, but still very, very good. I've seen the movie Scarlet too. Not as good as Gone with the Wind, but yeah, Gone with the Wind is one of my favorites. Scarlet and Rhett Butler. Clark Gable is dreamy. He's a very dreamy gentleman. All right, so congratulations to all of our prize winners. If you won a pattern, please just get in touch with me and let me know that you saw this, and then I will let the pattern designer know and they can send that to you on Ravelry. Today we have 2 giveaways that we are going to announce, and these will be taking place in the Ravelry group. So if you are not joined over there, head over there and get joined so that you can take part in these. The first one is a sock pattern, and this is by Laura Peters, the Amaranthine. I'm probably butchering that, but it is a gorgeous sock pattern, and she so kindly donated one to myself and then one for you guys as well. So if you will head over to the Ravelry group if you want to win this pattern, I will have some fun little question there to get to know y'all a little bit better, and just answer that question and you're entered. Next podcast, episode 31, we will draw the winner for that one. Next up, we have a bag that was donated to the podcast for a giveaway, and this is by JNB Crafty on Etsy. Let me show you her card. And it is Jennifer Brooks, and she has given us a Halloween bag. It is so cute. Look how adorable this is. Wait till you see the inside. I think the inside just totally makes it. Candy corn. So this is a fun little boxed bottom bag. Perfect for your Halloween socks, or you could even, this would easily fit 2 cakes in here. So you could do, if you're doing a shawl, 2-color shawl, you could probably fit it in here for most of the time. But yes, we're going to do a giveaway for this, so I will again have some little fun question over in the Ravelry group for you guys to answer, and we will draw for this on the next episode. I want to go ahead and do this one since Halloween will be here before we know it. We are into September, so I want y'all to be able to use this in the month of October. So be sure to head over and enter to win this. And I'm seriously, I don't know, I just love this fabric. I love Halloween. I don't have very many Halloween bags. That's something I need to get. I say that, but yeah, I need to get some Halloween bags. I don't have very many. So this is adorable. If you want to win this, head over there. And if you would like to purchase a bag, I know she did have some more of this fabric in her shop. She's offered a coupon code to the podcast, and it took effect September 1st, so it is good now. If you head over and use the code TheCrazySockLady15, you will get 15% off in her shop. And speaking of coupon codes, don't forget that over in the group, we do have the coupon code thread. If you're going to be doing any shopping, head over there and see what codes are active. Or if you are a maker and have a shop and you would like to offer a coupon code, you can either get that code to me or just post it in the thread for everyone. And don't forget, we do have the Howdy Y'all thread. I love when you guys go and introduce yourself. I don't always get to reply, but I do always hit that love button and read everything that you guys post. And I also do have an email for the podcast. If you have any questions, suggestions, anything at all, and maybe you don't like to use Ravelry for stuff like that, and you would prefer to send an email, you can send that over to crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com. And that will finish up all of our administrative items today. Now we are going to get into finished objects. For my finished objects and works in progress, everything does have a project page on Ravelry. If only I could talk today. So if you have any questions, maybe I forget to mention something, or you want to know some more details about changes I may have made, head over to Ravelry and check out the projects page. And if something isn't there, just feel free to shoot me a message. First finished object are Wyatt's Bunny Boy socks. And for these, I used up the leftover yarn from his Bunny Boy and Bunny Boy Jr. This blue main collar is Cascade Heritage Prince 150 in the colorway number 1. And then the toes is a Cascade Heritage Solid. I didn't write the collar down, but it is on the projects page and it's just a red. So there are those. They have been worn and washed already because as soon as they were done last week, he wore them the next day. He is the most adorable, knit-worthy person in my life, and I love it. So these have already been worn once, and you're gonna see another pair of socks for him in whips. I've had a lot of questions about how I do my kids' socks. I use a US 1 2.25 millimeter needle for all of my socks unless I'm doing 9-inch circulars, which we'll talk about with the work in progress. But for these, it was a US 1 2.25 millimeter. I cast on 56 stitches for his socks, 60 stitches for Austin's socks. For their shorties, I only do a 15-row cuff, 6-row leg, and then just a standard heel flap and gusset. And that is it. And he wanted red toes. So there you have it. That is the first finished object. I don't think there was anything else about that. Nope. All right, second finished object is a test knit. I am test knitting the Mix and Match sweater for Mina Phillip, and I finished it. And this will be going to my niece, Lily, my sister Cassie's daughter, the one that I did the pink cardigan for. And you guys saw this as a work in progress last week. So here it is. It is done. And there's the back. It is done, ends are woven in, it has been blocked, it has a little bit of a crease where I've had it folded, but it is done and I love it, you guys. Oh my goodness, do I love it. This is my favorite detail. I want a sweater in my size with this high-low hem, ASAP. I love it so much. So this is a top-down with raglan increases, and she has so many different options, hence the Mix and Match sweater name. I did the textured sweater, and this size is 2 to 4 years. Lily just turned 2, so I think right now it's probably going to be a little bit of like an oversized sweater. Cassie can just kind of roll the sleeves up and go with it. Throw some leggings on under it. It might look kind of like a shirt dress or something, but it'll be adorable. And I also did it has an option for a higher neckband at the back, so I did that as well. And then of course did long sleeves. I love it. The yarn that I used for this is Knit Picks Swish DK. This is Dove Heather, that's the gray, and then the purple is Sugar Plum. And I had someone last week ask if this was purple or pink. It was showing up as pink on here on this video, I think, but it is a very light purple. So I love it. I love the texture. I think this is going to be absolutely adorable for Lily. And I'm crossing my fingers that Mina comes out with adult sizes because I want one. Just like it. I think that's really it for this. I'm not positive when the pattern will be released. I know testers have to be done by September 15th. So I would say a little bit after that, just keep an eye out on Mina's Instagram and she'll post, and then I will post as well and let y'all know on here when it's available. And I definitely think this is one I will make for Lily again. This is a texture pattern. It has stockinette as well. So I think one with stockinette, and maybe I'll duplicate stitch an L on it for Lily or something. I think that would be adorable. So I don't know. I definitely think this is one I will do for her again. I'm going to go ahead and send this to Cassie soon so that she can go ahead and start wearing it when the weather starts cooling down. And I think I'll make her one for Christmas too. I don't know. I have so many goals for Christmas, but I need to wrap my brain around the fact that it's already September. So if I'm going to get any of this done, I need to start on Christmas knitting. Why do I put it off? Didn't I just say, like, after this last Christmas that I was not going to do that? I have one Christmas gift done and that's it. Wah wah. My own fault. All right, so works in progress are next. Flip my note page here. And all right, there are like 6 project bags right here with works in progress. I don't know what's happened. And that's not even it. There's 1, 2. Okay, there's a lot more project bags than I'm going to admit to. But right now, I have 2 more sock whips over there and my fingering brioche bandana cowl, which has gotten a little bit of love, but not a ton. It's not really at a point that really it looks that much different than the last time I showed you, so I'm not gonna bring it over and show it. And the 2 sock whips are new designs. What? Yeah, new designs. One is for a crazy exciting collaboration that I will talk more about next podcast. I'm not going to give away any more details than that just yet, but yes, keep an eye out next podcast. Maybe go ahead and mark, I think the tentative date is October 1st in your calendar for something super exciting. So that is over there and I cannot show you guys that yet. So yeah, lots of fun stuff coming. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the works in progress that I can show you. So I'm just going to go down the line here. First up, this is just in a bag that was a gift from a friend, and I love it. It's an amazing size for shawls, and that is what is in here. So Mina Phillip is having the Road to Rhinebeck Mystery Knit Along, and that started September 2nd. Yes, that would be the 2nd. That would be Saturday. And I, of course, had to do it. The yarn that I'm using, show you that first, is Knit Picks Swish DK. This is Eggplant and Marina. So this is what I decided to use just because I love those 2 colors together, especially after my August socks that was Amber's Maker's Haven yarn, the Karaoke Nights. I love those colors together, and this kind of reminded me of those colors. So I have got the first clue done. So if you are doing this or you're going to do it and you do not want to see the first clue, look away. I will tell you when you can look back. All right, so here it is so far. I'm not going to talk about the design in case you've looked away. I will say though, I was a little like, what? When it did like as much of this as it's doing. Can't say, but maybe you see what I'm talking about. I was like, is that supposed to happen? But I did look through some other pictures and it is supposed to do that. So, if that made any sense, I've got a little sheep progress keeper on there from Melissa of Knitty by Nature because it just seemed so fitting to have a sheep progress keeper on my Rhinebeck shawl. And I am very excited about this. I'm loving how the collars are looking together. The yarn is very soft, and I know from experience with using it for a Lily sweater, it softens up even more after it's been soaked. I'm working this up on my Knit Picks Caspian interchangeable set. Wow, I have a knot of yarn. Big tangle. Caspian interchangeables. I don't really know that I have a preference between wood or metal needles. I tend to use metal more here lately, but I still love my wood ones. And I've got my stoppers from Coco Knits. You can look back now if you were looking away. I won't hold it up any higher than it is. But I've got my Caspian, my Coco Knits stoppers on my Caspian needles. Goodness gracious. Words are really failing me today. So I've got those on there. I know a lot of people have asked about those. I showed the package last week, and yeah, so I love them. That's my first work in progress. That'll just be hanging out. The first clue went very, very fast. I had it done, I don't even know that it took an hour to do the first clue. So I'm wondering how big it's gonna be. I don't know if all the clues, if they're gonna be, I mean, of course the shawl is gonna get bigger, so I'm sure the clues will start taking longer. Not sure, but I really enjoyed clue 1, so I'm excited for clue 2. Next up, I think I'll save that one for last. So we're gonna go to this one next. In my By the Lakeside bag from the lovely Sandy. I showed this last week, I think just as something I got in the mail in an acquisition. This is my Biscot somebody let me know that is pronounced biscotte and not biscotti. That's probably the American way to say it, biscotti. It is biscotte yarns. So now that I'm saying that correctly, and this is the Sorcerer's Uniform colorway, and I could not resist casting these on. Partly because Tanya in my Friday knitting group started hers, and she, at knitting last week, finished up one other than the heel. So she's beating me right now, but I could not resist starting these. So here it is so far, and I am loving how these are working up. Perfect Gryffindor right here. Absolutely love it. So as you can see, I'm doing these on 9-inch circulars, and these are for me, of course, yeah, selfish knitting when I should be doing Christmas knitting, but I just could not start these. So yes, 9-inch circulars. When I do 9-inch circulars, my typical sock size for every other sock needle that I use is a US 1 2.25 millimeter. For 9-inch circulars, that does not work for me for some reason. For some reason, my tension loosens up when I'm doing 9-inch circulars, and I have no idea why. So it makes my socks a little bit looser. My gauge is off. So I went down to a US 0, and it works great. Perfect. My socks fit like they normally would. So I have quite a few US 1 2.25 millimeter needles. I need to go through and see. I have at least 2 or 3, I think, that are Chow red lace. So if you use that size and you like the 9-inch circulars and you would be interested in those, maybe just shoot me a message. I might be interested in destashing them because I just don't like the fabric that I get with them. But that being said, these are working out great. I again have my Cocoa Knit stoppers on there because I just love them. And I'm just doing a standard vanilla sock. I cast on 64 stitches, and for this I did do a longer cuff. I think I did 25 rows just because I am loving how this yarn is working up. So I want to use up as much of it as I can. So these are my vanilla knitting right now. These are filling that space. I have to have vanilla knitting, and these are it right now. Right on down the line here, we have another pair of socks for Wyatt, and this is just in a bag that I made last year sometime. I think this is the same bag I had the last pair of socks for him in. But for these, he wanted red socks. Oh my goodness, I'm just realizing I have a hoe. Wyatt wanted an all red sock using up the rest of the Bunny Boy yarn. So here's the yarn. This is, actually might have the tag for this in here to tell you what the number is, because it's a very good red. This is Cascade Heritage sock yarn, just their solids. The number is 5607. It is a great red. So I had a bunch of this left and a little bit of the Bunny Boy yarn left. And I'm still gonna have some left after this, I think, but it's just gonna go in my crochet blanket because I already have a square in my Cozy Memories. So he wanted all red with bits of that. So this is what I did. I just did 56 stitches, 15 row cuff. I did 2 rows of red after the cuff, 2 rows of the Bunny Boy yarn, 2 rows of the red, and then went into the heel flap, gusset, did the foot, and then did the toe in Bunny Boy as well. And he loves it. It fits him great. This yarn was a little bit, the solid red was a little bit thinner than the Bunny Boy, so they fit a little bit snugger on his foot, but as we all know, hand-knit socks do tend to stretch out a bit, so I think they'll be perfectly fine. For the second one, I just, yeah, I'm on the cuff. I'm not going to sit here and count the rows, but I think I'm done with the cuff and ready to go into the leg. So that's all that is on the second one. And I've got these. I had someone ask me about using these for circulars because I love these. I have these in almost every project. If I don't, they have the Cocoa Knit stoppers on them, but most I use this. And you can of course use them for things other than DPNs. All you want to do is they open up and they have the snaps. Just slide it right in there. Scoot your sock project or whatever to the middle if it's small enough. If not, you could of course have it hanging out. Whoops, that one skipped a snap. But if it's not small enough to fit in between the snaps, you can of course just have it hanging out. But yeah, socks fit perfect in there in between the snaps usually for me. So that is how I use those. And this is kind of another vanilla project at the moment that's kind of filling that gap. I love those for when I first get up in the morning and the house is still quiet and I can sit and knit for a little bit, but I don't want to be working my brain or my brain can't function that early. I can sit and knit on some vanilla socks and all is well with the world. Next work in progress in my Daisy Girl and Company bag. See my random fandom bag, tea cozy thing in there. There's her label. And I'll show this too. And I still just cannot get over how cute these are. I've been seeing these all over quite a few podcasts lately, and I'm so excited for her because they're so adorable. All right, but the project that's in here is my sockhead hat. This is going to be my Rhinebeck hat, more than likely. And I'm using, and the sockhead hat, can you hear the Gracie's whining? There's the squirrel or something, I'm sure. The sockhead hat is a pattern by Kelly McClure. I'm sure everybody has probably heard of that one. It is a wonderful hat pattern. And here's the yarn that I'm using. This is Hedgehog Fibers in the Dragonfly colorway. I've got quite a bit unwound here. A little bit of a mess. And I am this far. So it may not look like I've got quite a lot done, but what I did is I did a folded brim and attached it on the inside. So I knit, I think it was almost exactly 5 inches of 2x2 ribbing. I cast on 144 stitches, and this is a US 2-3 millimeter. That's the needles that I'm using. So I did almost 5 inches of the ribbing. And then when I was working along, all I did was take the brim, it was, 5 inches out here, and I folded it up and under. And then I picked up the stitch on the needle, stuck my needle through that, stuck my needle through the cast on stitch, and then pulled the loop through, knit through all of that, through the cast on stitch and the stitch that was on the needle. And I just did that all the way around, and it created just a lovely folded brim. You can see right there, that little ridge is where I picked up those stitches. And I think it just worked perfect. I really love how this yarn is working up. I love how this hat is going. So now I'm done with the ribbing. I'm just on straight stockinette. So I guess I really have quite a few vanilla projects going right now because this is just straight stockinette until it's time for the decreases. And I have no idea how long I'm going to make it. I don't want a super duper slouchy hat. A little bit of slouch wouldn't be bad. I don't know. I'm just going to go with it and see when it gets to the point that I feel like it's enough. Okay, I need a little bit of a drink here. My throat is a little bit scratchy. Coffee. I don't even need to show what I have. It's just coffee. It's always coffee. All right, so this next thing, the project and the bag, they're both making me so unbelievably happy right now. This bag I received in the mail since the last time that I podcasted, and I have a bag for a giveaway that I will show later on in mail, but I'm going to go ahead and show this one since we are to this point. This is from Laughing Stitches by NL on Etsy. Can you even stand how cute this is? Look at that. It says socks, and then she has a little made with love charm stitched on there as well. How cute is that? Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? And then look, the ruler ribbon. Oh my gosh, I just cannot. I can't handle this bag. I just cannot handle how cute this is. She has so many different ones that say, I think there's ones that say knitting. Oh oh my gosh, I just love it. It is so cute and original, and it brings me so much happiness every time that I see it. It just makes me smile. So we have one for a giveaway, like I said, and I will show that in just a little bit because we're going to save it for the 3,000 subscriber giveaway, which we are very close to. I think we are at like, I don't know, I think we only have like 15 more to go or something until 3,000. So subscribe if you have not already, and we will show that bag and talk about that more in just a bit. But in here, I have my September socks. If you've been watching for a while, you know that I am doing the Mina Phillip Knitting Expat New York Sock Club collection that she has been doing, and September is the last month. And I'm kind of sad about it. I've been really craving a lot of vanilla sock knitting, so in some ways I'm like, okay, it's going to be all about the vanilla sock knitting, which we'll talk about in just a bit because Socktober is coming, y'all. It's coming. But yes, I'm kind of sad that this club is ending because I've enjoyed every pattern that there has been. And the September one is no different. This pattern is called the Q Train. And the yarn I'm using is Knit Picks Felici in the Punch Bug colorway. Look how pretty those colors are. I love the tone of these. Here it is so far. Look how fun this pattern is. I'm so enjoying it. I love how it's working. I was so excited when she said on her last podcast that September's pattern would be good for self-striping yarn because I've been dying to break out some Felici or just any self-striping and go to town. So this was perfect. So here's the back. You can see how the Felici is working up and just plain stockinette. And then again, there's the front. And it's a perfect pattern for self-striping. It's not, you know, distorting the stripes at all. They look amazing. So I'm really enjoying working this one up. It's easy, an easy repeat, mindless. Haven't needed to look at the pattern since I started it. So it's working out great. That's all I've got done so far because I have been working on so many whips and then the new designs. There's just been way too many things. And I don't know what the best way, I don't know. When I have this many whips, I struggle with feeling like I need to work on them all to feel like I'm making progress on all of them, even if just a tiny bit of progress on them. So that's what I've been doing. I've been going through and I'll do a little bit on this project when I sit down this time, and then the next time I go to sit down, I'll work on another project, and that's kind of good. Chloe's sitting over there licking my basket. Chloe, what are you doing? I don't know what she's doing. But that's kind of good because I am getting work on all of them. But then at the same time, I'm only getting a little bit of work done on each of them. So I feel like in some ways maybe I need to get down to it and be a little bit more monogamous with projects so that I get them done, especially ones that need to get done before Rhinebeck, or like my mother-in-law's fingering brioche bandana cow. I need to get that done by the time she comes to visit next month, if she's still coming. We're not exactly sure on the date. But yeah, that's just the problem with working on so many projects at one time. And obviously I've had an issue with that lately. Okay, anyways, last work in progress is a big one. This is in my One Sock Wonder bag that I'm so sorry. Everyone asked me about this bag and she doesn't have her Etsy posted in her Instagram anymore. So I don't think she's selling them anymore. But it's adorable and I wish she was because everyone needs a fancy reindeer bag. It's just so adorable. But in here is my Rhinebeck sweater. So for my Rhinebeck sweater, if you have watched before, you know I'm doing the Old Romance by Joji Locatelli. Getting a picture for you. And I've gotten a little bit done since the last time we talked. Just a little bit. I really can't even remember where I was the last time we talked. I don't think I had Kitchenered the sleeves yet. The sleeves have been Kitchenered. The construction is crazy on this sweater. Let me show it to you first, and then I'll try it on where I'm at so far and tell you about the construction. So here it is so far. So maybe I've gotten quite a bit done since the last time I showed you. All right, I'm gonna try it on and try not to get tangled. It's one good thing about doing a cardigan like this, that you don't have to worry about putting it on like a longer cable or anything like that. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I have Gracie hair all over me from where I was holding her before I started. All right, so here is where I am at. It says, I think you knit 18 inches from the underarm. I don't know how far that is. I think I was like 10 inches maybe. But my waist is like right here, so it's going to be a very long sweater, I have a feeling. But that's where I'm at so far. The construction on this, you do these lace panels first, and then you pick up stitches on each side, come down, and you're Kitchenering these together. So the sleeves have been Kitchenered, both of them. And I think the fit is going to be okay. I would have liked just a tiny, I mean, the sleeves are not, I mean, look, I've got some ease. They're not crazy tight, but I would have liked maybe a tiny bit more ease in the sleeves. But I think once it's blocked, these are going to be perfect. Lengthwise, the sleeves, I still have to put a cuff on here. So I think, I mean, even that's what that pulled up a little bit. I think with a cuff on there, they're going to be perfect. And I can, of course, make the cuff a little bit longer if I'm feeling like the sleeves need to be a little bit longer. I think the cuff will probably, the cuff on the sleeves will probably be the last thing I do. That way I can see how the neckband is going to work, because I do go back and pick up for that. So I think I'll probably do the cuff last so I can see how it's fitting, how long I think the cuff needs to be, and all of that. But I'm really liking it. It's really rolled up right here, so it does come up. I think yeah, I'll definitely be able to kind of pull it closed if I feel the need to when I'm wearing it. And I'm so happy with it. I was so nervous once I got the sleeves done. I wasn't sure how the fit was going to work, how I was going to like it. But as soon as I started doing the body and kind of it's coming together more, I'm loving it so much more. And I'm so excited to get it done, get it blocked, and wear it at Rhinebeck. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Rhinebeck is next month. Next month. We have our little group chat, group text between me and Sandy of By the Lakeside, Amber of Maker's Haven, and Angie of Camel City Dye Works, my Rhinebeck roomies, and we kind of chat back and forth about Rhinebeck and our projects and just different things. And yesterday I was like, oh my gosh, it just hit me, it's next month. Rhinebeck, we can say it's next month now. That is crazy how fast it's coming up. So this needs to be monogamous. Like, I need to be monogamous with this bad boy because I gotta get it done because I'm so excited about it. Okay, let's take this off. It's a little hot here today. When I woke up this morning, it was 68 and I was very excited. Then I saw that the high today is 86. So I put on jeans this morning, but I'm gonna have to go change before we go to baseball this evening. Wyatt starts baseball tonight, his first night. So I'm definitely gonna have to change before we go sit outside for that, or I will probably melt. All right, the yarn that I'm using, I have not said yet, is Malabrigo Sock. And this color is ochre. And then what I used for the lace panels is Malabrigo Sock as well in the pearl colorway. So there are those. This is my, how many of those did I have? 3? This is what's left of my second skein of the ochre. So I still have one more left. And I've never done a fingering weight sweater, so I'm just going to do the 18 inches or however long I think, you know, the waist needs to be, at least 18 inches. I think that'll be plenty long. I don't think I'll need to go longer. And then if I don't think I have enough of this left for the ribbing at the bottom, the neckband, and the I don't know, do you call it, it's not a button band because it doesn't have buttons, but pick it up all the way around the front and around your neck band. We're going to go with that. If I don't think I have enough for the ribbing at the bottom, the neckband, and the cuffs, enough of this, because you're supposed to do it in the whatever the main color is. If I don't have enough in this, I'm going to use this because I obviously have enough pearl. So we'll see. I'm just going to kind of go with it, but if I get done and I don't think I'm going to have enough for any of that stuff in this color, or for all of it, if I don't have enough for all of it in this color, I'm going to do all of it in the pearl. So the cuffs, the neckband, the ribbing at the bottom would be done in the pearl. That way it looks intentional. Like I meant to do that and not like I ran out of yarn. But I am so happy with it. This is what I've been working on in the evenings when I sit down to watch TV and watch Shameless. Once the kids are in bed, I knit along on this because we're just at the stockinette for days portion of this sweater. Knit and purl, knit and purl. Takes forever. So that is finally it for works in progress. Now we're going to talk about some mail. I did order a few things and receive a few things. First up is this adorable little sock project bag. Look how cute. I love this handle. And then the inside is orange. There's some progress keepers in there. And I ordered this from Dazzling Dragonfly on Etsy, and that is Anne. And Anne is half of the Carolina Fiber Girls podcast, and they host Socktober. If you have never heard of Socktober, head over to their Ravelry group, Carolina Fiber Girls, and it has information in there about the knit along, and it goes for the month of October, and it is for socks, hence the name Socktober. I participated last year, and that was my first year participating, and I am going to try to go all out this year. Basically, you knit as many socks as you can in October. Depending on, I think it goes by grams, you get different amounts of points. So for like Wyatt socks, I would get less points because they're smaller than if I did a pair of socks for myself. And it goes by points, and then they do drawings. I can't remember how it goes with the drawings. But you get points based on socks and the sock size. And then if you use sponsor items, which this would be considered, you get extra bonus points per item. So if I had like a pair of socks for Wyatt in here and I finished them, I would get points for his socks and then bonus points for having them in this project bag. And Anne also put in a couple little minis for me from dye days that she's had with friends. And look how fun those are. Purple, my favorite color, so I love those. So thanks for including those in there, Anne. And I cannot wait to use these and wait for Socktober. Yeah, I've got some sock whips that will need to be finished. So Socktober is going to be a lot of fun this year, and I think I'll try to do a few Christmas presents during Socktober as well. The next thing I got quite a big package from Amy of Noble Character Crafts. And she has an Etsy shop, and I'm just going to kind of pull everything out here. And I will not go through everything that Amy sent because she totally spoiled me rotten, but I have a few things that I absolutely have to show you. So I have to show these because Noble Character Crafts, she dyes yarn and sells it on her Etsy shop, and her colorways are so gorgeous. She sent me some minis that are left from her Hohi Starting Point wrap, and she dyed these on her Radiant base, which is a 70% superwash merino and 30% silk. Oh, there's gonna be a glare. There we go. Look how pretty those are. Look at that orange. Oh my goodness. I love these. And her Starting Point wrap, that's how I originally, I think, found her Instagram, was looking at hashtags of that. I'm almost positive. And it's gorgeous. It immediately caught my eye with these colors. Okay, so she sent me some minis of that. And this, I think Eric and I were talking about what I can do with this because it is so special. And I think we're going to frame it and hang it in here in our yarn room. But I think we're gonna frame this because can you even stand how cute this is? So not only did she get my favorite animal, which is an owl, there's purple and green. My favorite two colors together, purple and green. Oh my gosh. I gasped when I saw this. So she has crocheted this, and then these are cross-stitched on to make an owl. I am so touched by this. This, oh my gosh. That she made this just, oh my goodness. I don't even know. There are no words. This made me so happy. So we're going to frame this and hang it in here, and it is going to have a special place on the wall in my house because it cannot be used for anything else. I do not want to spill anything on it, or I don't know, the kids to spill something on it. It's getting framed and it's just going to be admired because it's so pretty. And Amy also sent some yarn since she dyes yarn. The first one I'm going to open. She sent two. That was probably really loud. Sorry. She sent two and said for me to keep one and then use one as a giveaway for the Rhinebeck is Calling cow. So in here she's got some teas, and she also sent me some peppermint tea, which is my favorite. And here's her card. And this is the one I decided to keep. This is Dignity is the name of the colorway, and her colorways, she bases them off of Proverbs, which I think is so fun. I love that idea. So here's her label. And the colorway is Dignity. This is the Pitter Patter fingering weight base, which is a 75-25, a superwash merino wool nylon blend. And look how pretty that is. Can you guess why I kept it? Look at that purple. This is going to have to go into a shawl, maybe fingerless mitts. Wouldn't that be pretty? Oh, I love that shade of purple. So this is the one I'm keeping, and the one that she sent me to give away, oh, I hate to open because she's got it so, is there going to be a glare? I'm going to go ahead and open it so you guys can really see what it looks like. I'll just put it back in there nice and neat when I'm done. Okay, so this one is on the same base, the Pitter Patter fingering, and the colorway is a Flourish. It has an owl, Progress Keeper. What did mine have? Oh, mine has an owl too. So cute. And look at this. This was a tough decision for me, you guys, because purple and green are right in here with this. This was such a tough decision, but I just loved this solid purple, and I thought, you know, I can use this, which I could use this for fingerless mitts and stuff as well, but I just wanted a solid purple. But here is this, and this will be a prize for the Rhinebeck is Calling cow. And there's also some teas down in the bag as well. Like I said, I will package this back up nice and neat for when it gets shipped out. So thank you so much, Amy, for all of the goodies that you sent, for the prize, for the knit along. I really appreciate it. It was such a great package to open. Next, we have, I showed you the bag, this sock bag from Nancy Landers of Laughing Stitches by NL on Etsy. And now I'm going to show you the one she sent for a giveaway. And I want to show you this little bit. The touches, the detail, the small touches on packages really make them. And this was a little tag that was on the package my bag was in. Just so cute. Just these little tiny touches that some people may not even think mean that much. I think they just totally make the packages. All right, so the bag that she sent for you guys, still packaged, and I'm leaving it packaged because it is perfect and gorgeous. So there will be crinkling because it's still in the package. Look at that. So it's the same size drawstring as this one. Says socks on it. Does it say the same thing? Yes. Made with love. How cute is this? This is going to be one of the prizes for the 3,000 subscriber giveaway package. I'm going to have one prize package to give away. This will be included. And then the Cocoa Knits, the stitch stoppers, will be part of the package as well. And then I'm going to include some yarn, but I haven't decided on that yet, what it's going to be, but it'll be something special. So yes, look how cute. Head over and check out Nancy's shop. These bags are amazing. My good friend Amber of Maker's Haven. Oh dear, I'm dropping things. She had an update and I only went to buy some of her knitting jewelry. That's it. But that didn't happen, you guys. So she does amazing knitting jewelry is what she calls it, and they're stitch markers and progress keepers. They are so special. So here's the ones that I ordered. Look how pretty those are. So I had to have these because these stitch markers with the blue, I have a tin, like a cookie tin, a vintage cookie tin, an owl. You might have seen them in the background on the previous episodes when I've been recording in front of the hutch, but I have a vintage cookie tin, an owl, and a vintage saucer and matching teacup that are, I mean, that's the blue and the white with the flowers. That's the details that's on them. So I had to have this. And Amber actually called this vintage china, I believe is what she named it. So it was perfect and it had to be mine. So that's all I went for, but that's of course not all I got. She had this and I couldn't resist. I love Amber's choice of colors. Every single yarn that she dyes, I'm like, yeah, I love that one. Oh, I love that one. Oh, I love that one too. I just love how she works colors. So this one is called He Wears a Daylight Ring. And my guess is this is a Vampire Diaries reference. And I love Vampire Diaries. I absolutely love it. So I had to have this one. Love the colors, love the name. And this is a little sock kit, which I did my August socks out of one of her little sock kits. And it is a 75-25 superwash nylon blend. And you get 70 grams total, 20 gram mini and then 50 grams of the full skein. And that was enough for me to do almost, I mean, I had some left over. I probably could have gotten my normal socks out of just this because I typically use 70 to 73 grams for my socks, sometimes a little less than 70. So these are plenty to do a normal size pair of socks. So I love that. And then she sent a couple little pins that she has started including in her orders. This is my first time ordering since she's gotten them, and I think they're adorable. This one says Maker, and then this one says Knitter. So cute. Oh, speaking of, I'm gonna grab them really quick. One moment. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to grab these really quick. If you've gotten a prize package from the podcast that I've sent out, or we've done a swap, you have probably been sent a Crazy Sock Lady pin. But I ordered these when I started sending out prize packages and things for the podcast, just as a fun little thing to include. So I got a little bag here, and I've been meaning to order some more because I think I'm going to take some to Rhinebeck to give out when I see and meet some viewers, because I'm so hoping that I'll get to meet quite a few of you there that are, those of you that are going. But I'm going to have some of these. But I also have been thinking more and more about getting some type of a logo for Crazy Sock Lady podcast. I don't know though. I'm not artistic in that way. Drawing is not my strong suit, or even designing something like that on the computer, nah, no, just no. No. So I kind of want to put a call out to you guys. Do you know a place that I could go to get something like that done that would not cost an arm and a leg? Because I don't have the budget for that, especially saving for Rhinebeck. So let me know if you guys know a way to get some type of a logo like that done. I'm not creative in that sense to come up with something. This I did on an app that's just, it's a black background with some letters on it. That's all this is. And these were perfectly fine. I love them and there's nothing wrong with them at all. And I'm perfectly fine continuing to buy these. But I just think a logo might be fun. Something, I don't know, something different. So let me know if you know anywhere to get a logo like that done. But continuing on with the mail, I did not show you Amber's card. It is makershaven.com. Yes, I couldn't just order this tiny little bit. Got to order some yarn too. So I did. All right, just one more package that came. Roberta of Steel City Stitcher has had the most adorable bags. Do I have one of her bags, maybe two? I know I at least have one and I love it. And I keep meaning to get more, but I just haven't yet. So I had to order, I'm trying to figure out what I ordered and what she sent. I think these are the two things that I ordered. Okay. This. Have you guys seen these? I've seen these around, of course, on Roberta's Instagram, and I've wanted one for so long. And she has a one with a cactus on it, cactus fabric. Oh my gosh. It makes me long for Arizona, but I'm so ready for cold weather, so I'm not longing for that. But I miss Arizona. But she has these, they're called ball sacks, and they are so adorable. And now that I've shown them, I'm putting this one in my sweater, my Rhinebeck sweater, to hold my yarn in. So it's just a tiny little, let me actually I'll pull the cakes out so I can properly show you. So like this is the cake I'm working from right now. So you pop it down in there, snap it, and then you just pull your yarn. And your cake is not going to go flying all over. Or if you're doing a center pull, it will be great for that as well. I always pull from the outside because I don't like how messy they get when you pull from the inside. But yes, so I cannot wait. I'm just going to leave this in here right now and pop it in there. But it'll fit a full-size cake as well. I'll show you on this one. Because she also, I ordered that. I ordered the Halloween owls because Halloween and owls, and I need Halloween stuff, guys. I need Halloween stuff. So I couldn't resist. But I ordered this as well. A lavender sachet. I'm going to hang this in my hutch where all my yarn is. And then Roberta sent some extra goodies. She said she was so excited when my order came through because she knew she had to make me some WVU stuff, which is West Virginia University. If you have not been watching for a while, I am born and raised in West Virginia as well as my husband. Our youngest son was born there. Austin was not. He was born on an Air Force base in Florida, but anyways, weird tangent there. But born and raised in West Virginia, and look at this. She sent me a WVU ball sack, and I love it so much. So cute. And then she also sent little notions or needle pouch. I think I might put this in my corner to corner crochet bag that's holding that, because this will be perfect to hold a crochet hook and then other little notions I need for that. And it even has a football zipper pull. I cannot get over this. I may have squealed a tiny bit when I opened this and saw this, because I'm like, this, I only ordered 2 things. This feels like it has a lot more in it. Yeah. She had to send me some WVU stuff, and then she also sent me a Doctor Who lavender sachet. They smell so good. This one's going to go in my hutch too, or it might stay on my shelf over here because I do have some yarn out on my shelf. Gotta keep those moths away. Oh, I was gonna show you a full-size cake down inside. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Sorry. That was Chloe rolling around on the floor. Oh no, now I said her name and she's gonna roll even more. I think we're good. Okay, so yes, perfect. Look how good that fits. These are so cute. I just love them so much. Yeah. So I'm excited to use these. And like I said, this one's just going right in my old romance project bag. Now that I have shown it, I've been waiting. I was like, I don't want to leave it in there and I wouldn't forget to show it, but I don't know. I was waiting and keeping it nice in the packaging until I showed you guys. So Roberta also sent, ooh, I don't want to forget to show this. Let me get it out. Here is her card. And she sent Halloween progress keeper or stitch marker. Yeah, that one's a stitch marker. Halloween stitch marker. I am so excited for Halloween, you guys. I just want all the Halloween stuff right now. I went through my project bags because I'm like, okay, it's time to switch them out for fall. I'm like, I don't have that many. I've got to get more. Shh, don't tell Eric. But, and then she sent a little pin. Speaking of, I still need to get a bag to put all my pins on. That might be something I look for at Rhinebeck. Okay, but anyways, she also sent a bag for a giveaway. I have a nice little package here. Halloween cupcakes. You guys, how cute is this? So I think what I'm going to do, we've got there is a sachet and then the Halloween bag. Halloween's coming, so I hate to put off doing this. I think we're going to go ahead and do a giveaway for this. I hate to wait because I'm thinking next time I podcast, if I do a giveaway then, by the time I draw for it next time, it might be pushing too close to Halloween. And you guys want to be able to use these goodies, which I will probably still use Halloween stuff into November. Or I don't know, I might be in the Christmas mood then. I don't know. But right now, it's all about Halloween. For me, September and October, Halloween. As soon as September 1st hits, it's like, okay, it's fall. I don't care that it's really not. It's fall. So I'm going to go ahead and open a thread for this one as well. So that makes 3 giveaways for this episode. We've got the pattern giveaway, the J&B Crafty Halloween bag, and then we'll do a separate giveaway for this one as well. So head over to the Ravelry group and enter into the giveaways. And that is it for mail. So a huge thank you to all of the prizes that we received today. Without such generous makers, fun stuff like giveaways and all of the fun prizes for the knit-alongs would not be possible. Of course, we'd still do occasional giveaways and we'd still have prizes for knit-alongs, but they would not be so amazing because I would not be able to afford to buy them all. So thank you so much, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, to all of the makers that donated today and ever on the podcast. You guys make this so much fun. So yes, be sure to head over to the Ravelry group and enter into the giveaways. So that is all the knitting that we have for today. As far as chatter goes, I don't know that there really is much today. Wyatt starts baseball tonight, his very first time ever playing baseball, and he is doing the Fall Ball League. He just kind of decided this summer he wanted to play, and he had missed the signups for the regular league, and they have Fall Ball, which I guess is, from what we've heard, kind of a good way for the kids to learn about it and just good practice. So I think this will be good for him. I don't think it'll be quite as competitive as maybe a regular baseball league through the city is, because I know those can get quite competitive. And since it's his first time playing, I want him to really be able to learn and focus and not have all of the craziness that can go along with kids sports sometimes. If you're a parent and you've been to those, you know what I'm talking about. Some of the parents and coaches can get a little crazy. So I don't want his first experience to be a bad one. So I'm excited for him. He's not really an outdoorsy, sporty, athletic type so far. So this is different for him, and it's exciting to see how he's going to do and kind of flourish enjoying it, I think. So we'll see how it goes. It starts tonight, so our evenings are back to sports. And as soon as this is over, it'll probably be time to start basketball. But I love it. I love watching the kids play. We're into September, which is such a busy and exciting month around our house, with my birthday and Austin's birthday. Oh, and the podcast birthday, September 12th. I started this podcast 1 year ago, September 12th. That's kind of crazy because it doesn't seem like it's been a year. September 12th is when the very first episode went up last year. So happy podcast anniversary. I don't think I'll podcast, no, before. I should have done like a little birthday episode today for the podcast, but oh well, that's all right. But yeah, September 12th. Yeah, September is just a busy month. Lots of birthdays in our extended family as well. And my mom is coming down, not this weekend, but next weekend. She's coming down on my birthday on the 15th for the weekend. So we'll have company coming then, and I think Eric's mom is coming down towards the end of the month. So lots of birthdays, celebrations. It's just a fun month, and for me, I think it's just having kids in school and then just still, you know, from going to school for so long as a kid. I don't know. September is more of the beginning of new things for me than January is. And it's got to be the school because it's the school year starting. But September is just seems like the beginning of things, the beginning of fall, even though technically I know that it is not. September to me is still, it's fall. And I keep thinking, okay, I'm boycotting, like wearing summer clothes. I'm done. I can't do it anymore because I'm so tired. I go and look in my closet in my summer wardrobe and I'm like, I look at the back where all the sweaters and things are, and I'm like, I want to wear those. I don't want to wear tank tops, or I don't want to wear any of that. I want fall and winter clothes. So there have been a few days where I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not wearing shorts. I'm not doing it. But I make it until 1 o'clock, and then I'm like, okay, I'm way too hot. Even in the AC in the house, I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I have to put on shorts. So we still have a ways to go until the cooler weather hits here in North Carolina. But oh my goodness, there are just so many fun things coming up between this month and next month. And then after that, it's going to be Christmas. What? Where did the year go? I don't even know. But I am just so excited about this whole season coming up. Got birthdays this month and Rhinebeck next month, which, oh my gosh, I still feel like I need to pinch myself because it doesn't seem real that I'm actually going, and that I'm going with such an amazing group of ladies that I'm like so honored to be going with them. That sounds crazy, and I am so excited to get to know all of them a little bit better and spend time knitting and hanging out with them. And I just have all these visions of like our trip, like sitting on the porch drinking coffee and knitting, and I cannot wait. This is going to be an amazing trip, I think. We've been watching the forecast for Hurricane Irma. It kind of looked like, I mean, it's still a ways out. It kind of looked like it was going to come right up the East Coast, and now it's looking more like it's going to Florida and the Gulf. So, we're just watching it because, you know, we are on East Coast, North Carolina. We're right there, about 30 minutes at that from the coast. So we're keeping an eye on it for that reason. And then we have so many friends and family in Florida. So we're keeping an eye on that. And oh my gosh, Hurricane Harvey was bad enough. So bad. And then for another one to be coming right, I mean, it could go right in that area. Ugh. So scary. Prayers to everyone that was hit by Hurricane Harvey and that is in the path of Irma. I mean, we still don't know exactly where it'll go. So we kind of did a couple of things this weekend just to prepare, and really because we still have a ways to go in hurricane season. I think it's like the end of November. I should know that because we've lived in Florida and we now live here. I think it's the end of November is when hurricane season is over. So we still have a ways to go. So we had a few things that needed restocked anyways in our hurricane kit, I guess you could say. So we did a little bit of that this weekend just to prepare, because as soon as people see that it is heading in that direction, wherever it's actually going, it's going to get crazy and things sell out in no time. So we got prepared, but if it would come this way and it was over a Category 1, we'd be on the road, probably to West Virginia, just take a little vacation and go see family. Category 1, I think we'd stay put. We did last year and it was fine. We survived, no major damage, thank the Lord. But yeah, we're just keeping an eye on it right now, just watching and seeing where it is going to go. And I mean, you hate to be like, oh, thank goodness it's not coming towards us today, because regardless, it's going somewhere. So, you know, somewhere is going to get hit with it, and it's just absolutely terrifying how big that storm is so far. But I think that's it for chatter. I've chatted enough about baseball and hurricanes and birthdays and Rhinebeck. Quite an array of things here, but it's chatter, and that's what that is for, right? Every other little thing that may be running through my mind that doesn't involve knitting. So yeah, I think that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I love y'all so much. If you're a new viewer, thank you for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed the podcast. And if you did, be sure to subscribe if you have not already, and give me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you liked the content of the podcast, and it helps get the video out in the recommended areas across YouTube. So thank you guys again for joining me, and I will see you guys in a few weeks. Head over to the Ravelry group and join in the giveaways, knit-alongs, all of the fun stuff going on. Introduce yourself. I love getting to know you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Happy knitting. Bye.